Hey, what's up everyone and welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about what I like to call the bad debt blues. Let's get to it. Credit card debt is the worst. It's like you just gotta cut them off. You gotta start paying them off. Get rid of them, cut them up, be done with it. Sucks. So this is the second video in the mini debt series that I'm putting together. In this one, we're going to talk a little bit about psychology and the reasons that people find themselves in debt in the first place. So in simple terms, the real reason people are in debt is because they have more money going out than they have coming in. And you just can't sustain on that path. So if you're spending more than what's coming in, the only way to do that is to borrow money. And most of the time, people are doing that through credit cards. The solution is pretty simple. Either you increase your income or you decrease the amount that you're spending. Simple, but not easy. What is not a solution that you see most people try to do is borrow additional money to pay off old debts. And that's just not going to get you anywhere. Once you find yourself in the hole under a pile of debt, psychology starts to kick in. You start to think to yourself, well, I already owe all this money. Who cares if I buy something for a few $100 or we go on vacation and it costs a few $1,000s? I deserve it. For how hard I work, I should be going on vacation every year. So what? I owe 30 grand on credit cards. What's 32 grand or 33 grand? Just doesn't make that big of a difference. I want new sneakers. Yeah, I have no money, but I could charge it and it's just going to add a little stone onto that already enormous rock pile I have in the backyard. So who cares? Just do it. But unfortunately, little by little, incrementally, that debt pile grows bigger and it becomes harder and harder to dig yourself out from underneath it. Getting into debt and getting out of debt are two very different things. Getting into debt is like hopping on your bike and going straight down the mountain. You could fly down that mountain quickly and easily without any stress, without any exertion. You just go flying down. And then when you get down to the bottom, getting out of debt is like ditching the bike and then all of a sudden having to climb up a mountain that's 2 miles high. It's going to take you forever and it's going to be very difficult. There's a lot of changes that need to take place before you're going to be able to get your butt up to the top of that mountain. And debt is very similar. It's so easy to get yourself into debt. You could do it like that. But getting out of debt, it takes a lot of changes. So why is it so hard to live without debt? And the answer is pretty simple. We've all been brainwashed that monthly affordable payments are a way to be able to buy anything that you want. So if you want new furniture for your house, you could finance it, a nice monthly affordable payment. If you want a brand new car every 3 years, it's very possible. All you need is a nice low monthly payment that you could afford. You don't need 40 grand to go buy the car. Education, you want to go to an expensive school? No problem. You could get student loans. You could finance it for the next 20 years. A nice low monthly payment, you'll be just fine. No matter what it is, there is somebody who's willing to give you a nice, affordable monthly payment so that you could go and you could do whatever you want now. And unfortunately, it catches up with you. All of your future income has been committed to these nice, low monthly payments that you have to make month in and month out. And the problem is you have no money left over after you make all those nice, low monthly payments. What do? You have no money to invest. You have no emergency fund. You have no way to grow your wealth. You're committed to all these nice low monthly payments so you could afford everything in the world that you want and get it right now. Unfortunately, that is not a way to get ahead financially and to become wealthy and live a stress-free life. All that does is it just adds burdens. It locks you in your job. It gives you no flexibility. It leads to a very stressful life. And then on top of all that, the interest rates that you pay on bad debt, they're ridiculous. So it causes you to be stuck in the muck. You can't climb out of it because you're struggling just to service the interest payments on the loan, on the credit card debt. So making principal payments, it becomes unimaginable. You can't do it. You need that money to pay for other things because all of your income is already committed to all of these monthly payments that you have. So to pay down the credit card debt, you're struggling just to pay off the interest every month. So just stop and imagine what your life would actually look like if you didn't have debt in it. The amount of stress that could be lifted from your shoulders, how you could actually start saving money every month and investing it for your future. It is possible, but you just have to make some changes. The first one is a mind shift. You need to believe that you're capable of doing it. All you really need to do is get organized, focused, and go on a plan of attack. Every time that you spend money on something that you don't really need, you have to start comparing it to paying down a debt. Start with the smallest one and attack it. Stop spending money on stupid crap and start attacking your debt. The life that you could live is so much better on the other side of bad debt. Now, if you did not see my previous video of good debt versus bad debt, please go back and watch that one so you know the difference between the two. And in that video, I did talk about how mortgage debt is really bad debt. But in full disclosure, I don't pay off my mortgage early, and I never plan to. So all other debts, I don't want. I want to get rid of. But a mortgage, I keep the mortgage for different reasons that I'm not going to get into in this video. But when you're looking at your bad debt and you want to start attacking it, I leave the mortgage out of that scenario. A big focus for people should be to increase their income, no matter what you have to do. This day and age, there are so many opportunities to increase your income. There's only so much you could cut where you could make a difference if you already have a lot of debt. So getting your income to go from here to here can make all the difference in the world. So more income, less spending, getting organized, attacking with laser focus, and just getting after it. Those are really the only solutions to get yourself out of debt. The number one worst thing about carrying bad debt is that it prevents you from investing. And the only way you're going to reach a point in your life where you don't have to work anymore is if you've invested enough and it's grown to a big enough amount that it could replace your income. So by carrying bad debt, you are in turn prolonging the amount of time that you are stuck in the rat race, in the daily grind, making an income. So the quicker you could get out of bad debt and focus on building that pile of assets, income generating assets for your future life, the quicker you could stop working or change jobs that might pay less, but it's something you really love doing. You have so much more flexibility and freedom when you don't have that bad debt carrying around on your shoulders. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Please subscribe to my email list over at theschoolofpersonalfinance.com. I will see you in video number 3 in this debt series, where we're going to go through actual examples, step by step, of how you could get out of debt.